Football League.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Tar Heel State, where the legacy of the late, great Sam Mills lives on with each pound of the drum. And that means we are ready for football here at Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. About set to begin another week of football, and happy to have you along. We are underway on Thursday night primetime. And able to get this out to the 25. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
And no touchdown.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets. And bottom line, how do they get a win?
The numbers there for Kamara from a week ago. 18 carries, 95 yards, and a score.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll fake the give, and here's Rattler. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete. You look at this Carolina defense. In that win last week over the Giants, they were very good.
And the big difference in the game, their ability to force turnovers. Multiple, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, the big difference in the game.
It was impressive. Now the question, can they duplicate it? Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Let's go. Yellow, 22. Ready.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. From a couple of yards beyond midfield, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Rattler. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there, good for a Saints first down. To the air is Rattler. There's Chris Olave. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Back to the ground. It's Kamara. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
That's good for a Saints first down. 1st and 10 at the 18.
They run it again with Kamara. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
They'll run with Devin Neal. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
3rd down and 2.
Down. 52, boom. Ready.
Here's Kamara out of the pistol. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. 1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road.
Here we go. Set. Ready.
Try to pound it in, Kamara. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky. Nothing on first down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll look to throw for it with Rattler. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, they moved the ball well there on the opening series. Running game was in sync. They were knocking on the doorstep, but ultimately, Charles, they'll have to settle for the field goal.
Well, they certainly were moving it well, and give this defense a ton of credit. Finally dug their heels in and forced the field goal. That's one of his game partner. Will his offense look back at this drive and think to themselves, if we'd gotten 6, we'd be in a better spot.
So here now are the Panthers for their first drive of the game. They'll be led out by the former Hoosier, their rookie quarterback from Indiana.
And as we begin week 2 in the NFL, he was truly one of the top stories around the league. What a debut. Didn't look phased at all. Handled everything with poise and grace and played through in a big way. I can't wait to see what the defenses throw at him this week and see how he adjusts.
At the 29-yard line.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
Ready.
Back to throw. Mendoza. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd
Here we go.
down and 8 yards to go.
Looking to throw. Mendoza. He completes it to Tate. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
They'll give this to Hubbard running right. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47.
15 yards.
Give him 15 there, and the Panthers have a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Here we go. Ready.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. The Panthers at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they've gotten a pretty good deal from the schedule makers as well. Home dates in Weeks 1 and 2.
And I would believe that they would need to take advantage of that, partner, because as you can imagine, the road dates will pile up later this opportunity for them to put some early distance on the rest of the division and create a little bit of a cushion for them for later in the year.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
2nd and 5.
At the 18-yard line.
Let's go now. Set.
A give running right. It's Hubbard. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, that he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Panthers are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Heck of a start to his season. He had 2 touchdowns in the opener last week, another one here in week 2.
Well, I don't want to call him a touchdown machine this early, but sometimes you get locked in, and you feel good about things. You get into that zone, and those touchdowns come in bunches. He may be off to that kind of a start.
It's like he was shot out of a cannon. I would imagine success this early, great momentum going forward for the rest of the year.
He keeps this up, they'll soon be chanting MVP anytime he touches the ball.
Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they've got it as we resume action. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend. But you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
We'll get this one underneath to Kamara. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a first down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup. Ball on the 30 now. Here's a 2nd and 7.
Let's go.
At the 30-yard line.
And Shaheed going to go in motion.
Ready?
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 14. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And it'll be 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. 39 yards on the punt, give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. And they were winners in the season opener Sunday. Now they get the quick turnaround game here on Thursday night. But, CD, you say this is an ideal setup for them. Why?
Well, just the way the schedule lines up, because everyone's got to play a Thursday game, and that's because of competitive balance. So, let's face it, would you rather play week 2 when you're still relatively fresh and excited about the season, or week 15 when you've had a season's worth of bumps and bruises to factor in, and who knows what your record might be at that time as well?
Under pressure, and down he goes. No surprise there. Chase Young wrecks that play with a sack. We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And that is how you respond after taking one on the chin to begin this game. Give up a first drive touchdown, go back out on defense, and completely shut them down to force a 3-and-out.
Arises on to punt here as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Well, solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. Over with a first down and 10. They begin on the ground with Kamara. A strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 50 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Striker, 3-3, 52 blue.
From the shotgun, Rattler. The pass caught by Olave. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Here we go. Ready?
Throwing is Rattler. And he's going to go down. Near midfield at the 49. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down. So on 4th down, Kai Kroger on to punt for New Orleans. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Ready?
A give up the middle, Hubbard.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Blue 32. Set.
Now Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
On the set.
43-yard line.
Down. Black. 90. Ready.
Back to throw. Mendoza. They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
A good convergence there defensively, only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Black 40. Ready?
Mendoza. Off play action. Trying for Sanders, but this is intercepted. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. When the rookie QB gets his first touchdown pass, that's when you put in the trophy case. First career interception, that's going to be one he wants to forget.
Yeah, and he's not going to go ask for the football, right? Yeah, you can keep that one. The key for him, what does he learn from it? When he watches the tape, does he have an answer right now where he already understands what mistake he made? That's what the coaches are going to want to know, and that's what they'll grill him on and see how he grows from it.
Kamara gets it again on 2nd down.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
Come on. Set.
In motion comes the tight end left. Rattler from the gun, 3rd down. That is caught. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. 2 minutes to play in this first half. 7-3, our score. That goes for a gain of 31. This offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Now Rattler.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. 2 yards still to go. 3rd down now.
Here we go. Set. Black. 95. Ready?
And Rattler, he'll throw again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And while all of that was going on with a sack, it appears, unfortunately, we have an injured player.
A 26-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Ready. Here we go. Here we go. Hut, hut.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. This is caught by McMillan. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ready.
2nd and 5. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Tate. And he gets
Gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 7 yards there and a first down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Blue 32. Ready?
On first down, he'll drop to throw.
Another catch for Tate.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
Okay, break.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Let's go now. 10 black. Ready?
Off the play fake. Mendoza.
Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
That is caught. McMillan with it.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. A great play there. 39 yards.
And the Panthers are able to extend their lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8.
14. Saints 6.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
They'll throw. Here's Rattler.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Rattler wants to throw it. He'll try and do this himself.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards at a first. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. As the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
First down, Saints.
Gets this complete to Shaheed.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
That's another Saints first down. A gain of 12.
Rattler working out of the gun. Throwing out right here, caught by Olave.
And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A good pickup there at 22. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call.
Well, this is where reading defenses and practice time comes into play. Got to know what you're running versus zone versus man and how to run the proper route. And they just executed that one pretty well.
Seibert's kick is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So halftime is upon us on Thursday night primetime, and we go off to Orlando. And Scott Hitt, well, everyone's eager to resume play here in this Week 2 contest, so we push right through halftime and back at it for the start of quarter 3.
Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter.
And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half it didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it. But I think these first couple of drives,
They want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Set, ready, set.
Second down, another chance for Hubbard. And he'll take this to the 32, a gain of about 3.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
3rd and 3.
Let's go now. Slide through. 60 reps. 60 reps. Ready?
Looking to throw. Mendoza. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Come on, set. 33. Set.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackman. And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line.
At the 16-yard line.
Here we go, set. Ready.
They'll try to get the offense going with Kamara. They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. And the Saints are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as good running gets them down to about the 4-yard line.
And the Saints, first down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
52.
Kamara. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. So a player's shaken up. We'll get a stoppage here. And that's Alvin Kamara, the one who's going to receive some attention. Hopefully he's okay. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Austin Seibert on 4th field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
Seibert able to knock this one through. And that will cut the lead down to just 2. Well, whatever was said in the locker room during the break must have worked. They forced the turnover. They didn't get the touchdown, Charles, but it does translate into 3 points to begin the 2nd half.
Exactly as they discussed in the locker room at halftime. Get some points to get things kick-started. Now start your half off with some momentum. Gives you something to build on for your next possession.
Carolina getting set to take the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
30. Set.
To throw is Mendoza. Off the play fake. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. This is taken at the 15. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And they will take over 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together.
Come on, set.
And Shaheed going to go in motion. And he'll get an opportunity with it on the touch pass. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there. And they'll go backwards right away. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's Rattler. Wide open receiver complete. Look at the big man rumble. Touchdown, New Orleans. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Saints have taken the lead here in this 3rd quarter. Austin Seibert on for the extra point. And the lead is up to 5. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The ball upright on the tee, and the Saints kick team booms it away. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And here's Mendoza throwing to start the drive. He's got his tight end. It's Tommy Tremble. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. First play of the drive going for 14 and a 1st down.
And that's a good start right there. This game's changed pretty dramatically in the last few minutes. So now these guys are forced to play from behind here. And that's a positive first step towards claiming this lead right back.
Ready.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Caught right side, Tate. That'll give him 8 that time. And they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
Straight ahead with Hubbard. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. They'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down.
Let's go now.
Back to throw. Mendoza. That's caught. It's the tight end Sanders. And he is going to have the Panthers 1st down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And the Panthers 1st down.
Let's go.
1st and 10 at the 47.
They'll run out of the gun. It's Hubbard. And the big boys up front are going to stop him right at the line. Derek Nottie makes the tackle.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here we go.
2nd down, another chance for Hubbard. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there, just one good carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Yellow. Set.
Off the middle with Brooks here. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 13 yards, 1st down, Panthers.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Ready. Blue, ready.
Once again, it's Brooks. And stepped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3.
Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again. Consecutive plays now where that offensive line has really created a lot of space.
And we've seen the confidence rise, haven't we? It borders on arrogance now, and that's that good arrogance, believing you can run the football whenever you get good and ready.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Leads to second and goal.
Here we go. Here we go. Black, 95. Set.
Brooks going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line.
Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit, threw it on first down, then ran it on second down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important third down try?
Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
And we're back now in Charlotte. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play.
Set. Yellow, 22. Hut, hut.
Mendoza now going to throw on third and goal. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game, fourth of the year. And the Panthers answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a fourth quarter lead. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they up their lead to 3.
Saints, 19.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. Found a little room there as he's out to about the 37. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37.
Neal. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
In motion goes the tight end.
From the gun, here's Rattler.
Little pitch and catch to the tight end, Knox.
And he is going to have a Saints first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
That's good for a Saints first down.
Come on,
It's a gain of 10.
Cooks motions to the left. Now they show jet sweep it instead or run up the middle here.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They run again with Neal. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd down and 12.
To the air is Rattler. He lets it go deep for Olave.
And that will be incomplete. They weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And that will skip out of bounds right at about the 18-yard line.
The possession of the football goes over to Carolina. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here.
Looking to throw. Mendoza.
A short throw hauled in by Trimble.
And he
he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And the Panthers, first down.
Switch red.
First and 10 at the
Here we
35-yard
go.
line.
Opposite. Green, blue, 32. Ready.
A run here with Brooks. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Ready up.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 41-yard line.
Down. 52 blue. Ready.
On the jet sweep, McMillan. Stopped up shy of the 45 despite some pretty powerful running. Well, he got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense, diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Yellow, 43. Hut.
Now Mendoza, off play action. He'll try to pick it up himself. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Set, hut. 60 red. Set.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that'll make it 2nd down.
Ready. Yellow, 22.
43-yard line.
Set.
A run out of the gun with Brooks. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
10 block.
Mendoza from the gun on 3rd down. There's a short throw caught by Sanders. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28.
That's another Panthers first down. First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Set. Black 40. Hut.
A carry here for Trevor Etienne. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. From the 24 now, here's the 2nd down and 6.
50 green. Set.
Back to throw. Mendoza. That one complete to again. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
22 yards.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Set. Ready.
They'll go with a keeper. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Now, I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so, because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything working in your direction. Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Here we go. Blue, 32.
To throw is Mendoza. Gonna throw on 3rd and goal. Touchdown! Jatavion Sanders. A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Panthers will add to their 4th quarter lead. On is Fitzgerald now for the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive spans 13 plays. And the gadget play gets him into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
The Saints take over first.
So all eyes on the Saints offense. Down by 10. Just under 2 minutes to go. They'll need a score here and also likely an onside kick recovery. But first things first. First and 10. Into the hands of Cooks. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45.
It's a gain of 22 yards. And the Saints, first down. First and 10.
From the shotgun, Rattler. There again is Cooks, complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
Ready?
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Come on,
It's a
set.
gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing is Rattler. Now he'll tuck this and run. Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play.
Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout
Here we go.
as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30.
Tackles back at the 30-yard line.
2nd and 15.
Now he's going to step up and run.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
On the tackle. It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's to his running back, complete.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
2-yard gain. It's 4th down.
They'll go. Here's Rattler.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and it'll be a turnover on downs.
Ready?
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So this one is over. A victory for Carolina, and it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but they were able to get